Cooked and cooled white potatoes are a deeply comforting and surprisingly powerful addition to a health-supportive diet. Most of us think of white potatoes as a starchy side dish, mashed with butter, baked until fluffy, or fried until crispy. But when treated with a little intention, they can become a quiet nutritional ally. The key is to cook them fully and then allow them to cool. This process transforms the structure of their starch through a phenomenon known as retrogradation. As the hot, gelatinized starches cool, they reorganize into a more crystalline form, becoming what we call resistant starch, a form that is no longer easily digested in the small intestine. Instead, it passes through to the large intestine, where it nourishes the gut microbiome and supports metabolic health. The transformation is almost magical in its simplicity. You start with a humble potato, boiled or baked, peeled or skin-on, depending on your texture preference. Once cooked through, you let it rest and cool in the refrigerator for several hours, ideally overnight. In that time, something remarkable happens. The starch that would have quickly turned into glucose in your bloodstream changes into something slower, gentler, and ultimately more beneficial. You can then enjoy those cooled potatoes as they are, or reheat them lightly if you prefer them warm again. Many of the benefits of resistant starch remain even after reheating, though the initial cooling phase is essential. Incorporating these cooled potatoes into meals can be both nourishing and joyful. Sliced into a potato salad with a tangy vinaigrette, tossed with herbs, mustard, and crunchy vegetables, they offer a satisfying bite with far less impact on blood sugar than freshly boiled potatoes. They become a tool not just for managing hunger, but for promoting real wellness. The resistant starch feeds the good bacteria in your colon, organisms that are vital for digestion, immunity, and even mental clarity. As they ferment the starch, they produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which has been linked to reduced inflammation, stronger gut walls, and improved insulin sensitivity. There's a deep sense of satisfaction that comes with knowing something so simple and familiar can be quietly powerful. White potatoes are often maligned in popular health discussions, wrongly cast as empty carbs. But when we slow down, when we allow them to cool and reframe them through a lens of nourishment rather than indulgence, they offer something profoundly good. It's a comforting idea that health doesn't always have to come from exotic superfoods or hard-to-pronounce powders. Sometimes it lives in your fridge, in a bowl of leftover potatoes, transformed not by science fiction but by time and temperature. If you want to begin including more resistant starch in your diet through white potatoes, start by boiling a batch at the beginning of the week. Choose smaller waxy varieties like red potatoes or Yukon Golds for better texture when cooled. Let them chill overnight, and then pull them out throughout the week to add to salads, grain bowls, or even breakfast hashes. You might be surprised at how satisfying they are and how energized and balanced you feel afterward. This kind of eating doesn't require restriction or extremes. It just asks for a little patience, a little planning, and an open heart toward foods we might have once misunderstood. It's more than just digestion. It's about building meals that are kind to your body, that support the trillions of microorganisms helping you function at your best, and that remind you that wellness can be warm, filling, and familiar. Cooked and cooled white potatoes are a gift, affordable, accessible, and rich in nourishment that you can feel, not just understand. Let that next batch of potatoes be more than a side dish. Let it be a small act of healing.